When we played this next song, Thank God I Do, on the radio, it had been years since we'd heard from you.
Yeah.
And we were talking earlier today how important like a Sabbath is for you and how important rest is. Talk a little bit about that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, for that reason right there, if you're just always in the motion, the quick motion. I was just on I was on my FaceTime with my vocal coach right before this. We meet before I sing or talk, honestly, every day. And we were just talking, and I said, yeah, we were in Nashville to Atlanta, Atlanta to Dallas, Dallas to Baltimore, and then tonight we fly to Cleveland. And I was just going through the route, and I was like, oh my gosh, that was only on Monday. We started that on Monday. And so when you realize how much movement is consumed in this job and in this role, you really have to be particular about times of rest because you'll never get them, like genuinely. And it's not anybody's fault. It's just the way the business works. There is always something to be done, right? And so I remember I used to just say yes to everything. And there's this woman by the name of Taya Smith. She sang for Hillsong for years and years, and she has her own record now, but she sings Oceans. So if you've heard the song Oceans, that's Taya. And she was sitting next to me. We were at a conference, and she looked at me and she said, you know, you're not going to be able to say yes for much longer. And I remember thinking, why not? You know, and she goes, because when you say yes to something, you want it to have value. If you continue to say yes to everything, you being connected to something won't have value anymore. And she said, no is going to be your strongest weapon or tool or whatever you want to call it in the next season. And that was right before Look Up Child came out, before that record came out. And I remember thinking, okay, and she said, Lauren, the power of a yes, if you could really absorb the power of a yes, then you'll be okay with saying no. And so it was a season where I had to learn how to build up spaces of rest because I was telling y'all earlier, like without vision, we perish. That's what Scripture says. Without vision, we perish. So what are we doing to facilitate being given heavenly vision for things? I want kingdom vision in my life. I'm like, God, give me the kingdom vision. What is it that I need to see? What is it that you want to reveal to me? How can I exist on this planet bringing forth your kingdom? Like, what is it that I can do? And in those moments of sitting there and saying, I can't hear you right now, a lot of times it's because I'm just really busy. And so taking time away to say, God, I want to receive the vision. It just means those two kind of correlate with rest. It's been that way since I was a kid. He would give me visions about things, but it was always when I was still. And so I think for me, it's just really important to facilitate rest as much as I can. Yeah. It doesn't necessarily mean I'm sleeping all the time. It just means I make myself still, just get still.